Up next, Venom: The Last Dance stumbled a bit in its choreography during last week's release in the U.S. with a $51 million opening, but danced to success globally for a total of $175 million, including $46 million in China, which is the best superhero movie opening in that country since 2019. Sony is pleased with these numbers, and well they should be, as the movie did take the top spot over Smile 2, which fell 59%. Universal's Oscar baby Conclave opened to $6.5 million, which tied it with Wild Robot's fifth weekend's earnings, and the Andrew Garfield, Florence Pugh romantic drama We Live in Time came in fifth with $4.8 million. It's that weird time of year at the box office, but is it still looking strong?
Yeah, I mean, that's still a good chunk of money. With my movie-going group, this was kind of like the only thing that was really on our radar for the last month, so the fact that it was doing better than its competition was a good sign, because by all means, there wasn't really too much stuff that had a crazy amount of marketing to make you want to run to the theaters for. I made a TikTok about it today that I plan on releasing this week, just about how this whole trilogy has been about wanting to see Tom Hardy. It's only because of his depiction and his depiction as Venom and the conversations between each other that's really kept this franchise going. I don't know why Sony keeps trying to reboot these other villains. Hopefully they made some money to pay off the disaster that was Madam Web out of this. But yeah, this is all just people wanting to see Tom Hardy and just the joy that he brings to that character and the joy that he brings to both sides of Venom and Eddie Brock. So it was a fun movie. I'm glad it is doing mildly well, but it was in no way like something that you should be rushing to theaters to see.
I'm excited to see Conclave, because like here comes the award season stuff, which I haven't felt very in tune with this year at all, but they're starting to sneak them into theaters. So I think my husband and I are going to go see Conclave, which has a fantastic cast. I mean, I'm not Catholic, but it looks amazing.
I've heard great things about it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't know this before. I did not know this. I did not know that Tom Hardy did the Venom voice.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. I had no idea that he did that.
It's like a modified voice of how he talks to his dog.
There's people listening to this like, you all call yourself fans? But like, no, actually, I don't. I've never seen a Venom movie in theaters, so get out of my face.
I've seen all of them in theaters, but the second one I did not watch after theaters at all.
I should have known, because Tom Hardy's so good at doing different voices and things, and the voice is different enough that I didn't see it. I didn't hear it, but like now that I know that, I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds a lot like other voices he's done. Man, that's blowing my mind right now.
And I've never watched a minute of those movies.
Man, yeah, Zoo, you said that, and I was like, wait, what? What?
Like, hold up, we have breaking news right now.
I watched 3 Venom movies in the last like 72 hours, and like I did not know that was his voice. That it really does like brighten my view of those movies. The fact that he's doing both voices is a cool thing. I wish that was more widely known. That's cool. I mean, you know, 2 of us on the panel didn't know that, so I feel like that's not as widely known as it should be. That's cool, really, really cool, and that's a cool talent.
I feel like every review that I read about this movie said the same thing. They were like, you kind of already know what this is. Like, just come on in, strap in. You want to see a movie with a continuous plot that makes sense? What are you doing? Why are you here? You want to see a movie that, you know, like has just a super emotional plot? What are you doing? Why are you here? You know, like this is just a theater experience. If you liked the other ones, you'll probably like it. Come enjoy it. Don't think too hard about it. And you know, the big villain we were teasing, you may see him later. Let's see if you can open up your wallets first.
That movie was the symbiote version of Michael Bay's Transformers. From opening dialogue to storyline to fight scenes, everything about it was a Transformers movie, and I could not unsee it the whole time that I was watching.
Interesting. I see what you're getting at. I think in the best way, though. Like, it had some really great,
like in a very enjoyable way.
In the best way. Like, Michael, I think this movie had more emotional moments than a Michael Bay movie. It really like there's a few scenes that really got me, and me and my niece cried a little bit at a certain scene. There's some really good stuff in there. We covered it on the MCU cast to see if there was any MCU connections, which in short there's not, but
One.
you should if you enjoy it. I mean, technically the movie starts in the MCU, but that's it. It's just a replay of a scene we've already seen. It's all right. It is what you expect, but in a good way. Like, I think it is much better than Let There Be Carnage, but I don't know if it's as good as the first Venom.
It's a low bar,
in my opinion. Yes, it is. So, I think it sits in the middle of the Venom franchise.
Yeah. It's it'll just always, when I think about this franchise, if this is truly the end of this character, I will always remember the attempt to bring him into the MCU and bringing him into the MCU to sit at a tiki bar, and then yanking him back out. Being like, yeah, we're not ready, or whatever. It's like, okay, that's maybe wasn't handled the way that you envisioned when you started this whole thing.
Tom Hardy should have been Wolverine.
That would have been good. It's hilarious to me because it's basically that whole thing is like Sony saying, hey, look, Venom's in the MCU too. And then Marvel Studios makes a movie and they basically just relegate him to a post-credit sequence and send him back. It's really funny. It's a really funny reaction from Marvel Studios.